There's thoughts that keep telling us how we'll never match up and we're not good enough. And obviously God really can't love us that much. He really can't empower us to do that much, or whatever the case is. And God is always in the process of restoring us. I mean, think about like an old car, old piece of furniture, an old house, right? You buy something old, and then you buy it old because you want to restore it, right? You don't want it to continue to dilapidate. You didn't buy the old house not waiting for it to fall down around you. You bought the old house so you can put money into it to restore it. You bought the old car so you can put money into it to restore it, right? And so God sent his son to redeem us, to purchase us, to buy us back so that he could restore us. We're the old house. Instead of being a baseboard or a door frame or a ceiling that's messed up, it's me, and it's my heart, and it's my sin, and it's my brokenness, and it's my failures, and it's my whatever the things may be, my insecurities. It's my anger. It's my... And here God is, sandpaper off rough edges, tearing old things out, putting in new things, taking things in me that don't need to be tore out, just need to be healed. Taking things in me that don't need to just be healed, but need to be restored. And he's going to work in me to make me his creation. Not the creation of my pain, not the creation of my past, not the creation of my sin, not the creation of my failure, but his creation. And it's no different than when the person buys the old house, and the old house is created by someone else, and because of years and years and years and years and years of neglect, let's say, because it had ownership that was unwilling to put the money, time, and effort to restore it, to keep it up to whatever level, it continued to dilapidate. And then the new owner comes in, and the new owner says, I will never get my money out of this house. I'm going to keep putting money into it, though, so I can restore it, just because I love this old house. And then one day, that old house is completely restored. And then guests like us walk in the house, we're like, oh my gosh, look at this is awesome. And no matter what the owner tells you, they'll have stories about, when we tore off this one, piece of, wall, where it may have been, behind there we found this. Or if you go up in the attic, you'll find this. Or man, when we tore out the baseboards, we found this. And you have all these stories about what they found and what they had to fix and what they had to restore and how much work it took them, because they sanded all the floors, or they did all this themselves, or they spent that much money getting it done. And that owner is filled with pride because they did something that mattered. They restored this old house. And the whole point is, if we put that in a spiritual context, that God's doing the same thing in us. That he's tearing off the damaged baseboards, and he's tearing out the water damaged ceilings, and he's putting back in brand new. He's restoring us to who he called us to be in the beginning. That every single thing that the enemy wanted to use to destroy us, God will use those things to make us the men and the women he called us to be, because his son is a better savior than we are sinners. His son is a better restorer than we are being damaged by those who've damaged us, including ourselves.